I think the legacy of Florida Humanities will always be that this is the only institution in the state that champions the identity of all Floridians. You do know that Florida Humanities is going to get it right. You do know that Florida Humanities is going to present an authentic story. And we have a legacy of authenticity. Coming to Florida and seeing the strength and presence that Florida Humanities had around the state, the breadth of activities, speakers bureaus, special exhibitions, and funding digital humanities components, I felt that it was an opportunity to not just support my ideas and projects, but to support small to mid-sized museums around the state, which is unique. There's a unique power and influence.
Honestly, I did not know on a map whether Tampa was on the East Coast or West Coast. I had never been to Florida. Florida was off my radar screen. I thought in 1976 I would remain in Illinois. In 1980, I spent a year in Italy on a Fulbright. I came back, and I think I was contacted by the Humanities Council, do you want to do some talks about immigrants in Florida? And I was unaware that they were even on the campus of the University of South Florida. It was a small, tight organization. I really hoped I would work with them for a long time, and 45 years later, here I am.
When I became a board member of Florida Humanities, it was a great day. I met people who I had only heard about, people who had written the books that I loved. I met people who had the same passion that I had, but coming from a whole different background.
It was such an honor to be here, to arguably head an organization that had been around for in excess of 40 years at that time, that had served so many community humanities organizations, libraries and museums, and all of the things that we had supported over the years, to serve with a terrific staff of really, really committed people that probably could be doing other things, making more money elsewhere, but just believe so deeply in the mission of this organization. There were, extraordinary programs that we supported or ran. Probably one that strikes me the most was called the Telling Project. The Telling Project was a fascinating effort to bring veterans to the stage to tell their stories. It was really deeply powerful. You had war experiences that were not widely shared by the community, and the value to me was to allow the rest of us to have a glimpse into how you protect democracy, through the stories of people that were there, and we otherwise wouldn't know that.
Forum magazine. Is there a better magazine discussing the strengths, the weaknesses, the colorful characters of Florida? Like the original Florida Endowment for the Humanities, and then the Florida Humanities Council, and now Florida Humanities, Forum magazine has gone through 2 or 3 title changes. It has always been a first-rate magazine. We have so much talent in this state. And the Forum is a place where people who ordinarily don't agree on anything can find harmony in the Forum.
Florida Humanities is the one statewide cultural agency that really works in every corner of the state, whether it's rural counties of the Panhandle or big cities like Miami and Tampa. There are cultural organizations who depend on funding from Florida Humanities.
Florida Humanities can be described as the glue that holds the state together. Florida is so incredibly and I think wonderfully diverse. It is extraordinarily hard to put your hands or head around what it means to be a Floridian. That 50 years of an organization that's tried to describe that is maybe the most essential organization. It's the only organization totally dedicated to support of the humanities on a community level. And that is rare and wonderful.
Florida Humanities champions the underserved, the marginalized, the untold story. and we bring it to the present, take the future and make it available to everybody.